Everyone, welcome to the channel or welcome back to the channel. As you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about flagpole and basically my experience when it comes to because I had some issues, like some real issues. Like it was a small situation, but it turned into a really big one. Um, and so I'm gonna like talk about that just because I think that when you go through something, it's always good to help people out and let them know, okay, like this the route I went, and it really wasn't it really wasn't the best route. So yeah. So what I want to say is this. First of all, because I have a video about flagpole on my channel already, and I talked about basically like my horrible experience, how I basically like I think it took me like 6 hours to get to the Rainbow Bridge. Like that was so stressful. Like 6 hours, okay? And that was a lot of money. And basically I got turned around. So that was a whole hickey. So now the thing is I actually did not when I did it the first time, it didn't work. Like I said before, like they just were acting really like I don't want you here type of situation. So I didn't get it done. So what happened was I went there again. I went there again and listen to me. I cried in that officer's face, okay? I was so distraught. Like it was I was beyond pissed, okay? So basically, I want to tell you all this now. If you don't know, it's a little bit later. This video is quite overdue because it's been some time now, and I actually got sorted out. God be the glory. But flagpole is actually like discontinued. Yeah, it's discontinued. You cannot flagpole anymore. In Canada, you cannot flagpole. That's not even an option. So now, only thing that you can do, you have you have to apply. There's no loophole anymore. And I told y'all this in my last videos that like when I went there the first time, I was getting like bad vibes. Like, like they were like giving me excuses, like lame excuses, and you just could tell that they really truly like they just didn't want to serve anybody. So I knew something was going on. So yeah, it's discontinued. You cannot flagpole anymore. So I don't know if someone telling you that that's an option. Just know that it's not. They have completely like just discontinued flag polling. So only thing that you can do is just apply online, or if you want to apply through the mail, if you're in Canada. Now, I want to talk about my situation and like how something small became so big. So, my country is the Bahamas, right? And my field is education. Now, I was go when I was back home, right, doing the application and everything. I was going to get a medical, but I actually heard that my country is actually exempted. So this means that I can still enter Canada without the medical. However, once you enter Canada without this medical, if your field is working with children, health, I think it's literally, I'm just so bad lucky. It's literally just working with children, like education, and the health field. I hope I'm not missing anything, but I think that's it. Like if you're in that field, like where you cater to like the vulnerable, you have to have a medical. So let's say if you're going to school and you need and you have to do placement, you're going to need that in order to work with in order to start placement, or if you ended up landing a job in those field, you will not be able to work. It will literally have like a restriction. I don't know. I'll probably show it to y'all. I don't know. Probably not. But it literally have a restriction on your study permit that states basically you cannot work with children. You cannot work in healthcare. So that's gonna be really obvious. So anyway, getting a physical in my country was gonna be really expensive for all of us. So what I did was I was like, okay, cool. I'ma just do it when I get to Canada. So when I went to the border, the immigration officer told me, okay, so boom, boom, ba. So okay, you will have to, you will, you will have to reapply and everything as soon as possible. Now, no, I was really busy. I don't know. I really took it for granted. I truly, truly did. I think we came in December 18th, and we came in December 18th, and I didn't started to check for it until I think, when did I? Okay, let me see. I think until like April or something like that, or March, maybe March. And I started placement, and I started placement. I had to start placement like in that for the summer. So like I think when the place I think the ending of April or maybe May. I think May. And honestly, when we were back home, the process of everything when it comes to documents and like the speed of IRCC, it was really really quick. So it was really quick. Like I think it took us to get everything like in like a week. It was so fast. So I'm like, I think it's registered in my brain that this is going to be something quick, because of my previous experience. Nonetheless, it was a complete opposite. It was a horrible experience, and it took forever. So I went to a physician and everything, got the medical uploaded, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just, I don't know, but they were telling me that it just keep getting rejected. It was, I don't know, it was just so much issues. It took forever. And I think I realized that when you're outside of Canada dealing with like immigration documents and everything, it can be a very quick experience, at least for me. I think that when you come to Canada, when you're actually inside of Canada, I think the experience becomes kind of different. I don't know if because maybe they're slacking off and like, okay, you're already in the country, so we're not even worried about you. Versus like when you're new or when you're coming into the country, like, okay, we got to make sure that. I think that maybe when you're out of the country, you might be top priority. This is just what I'm thinking. And when you're in Canada, you're not top priority. So this is gonna get really really interesting. I'm not, this is gonna like for our permanent, I mean for our permanent residency and everything. This is gonna get really really interesting because my previous experience was horrible. It was horrible. And then also it was so horrible, y'all. I had to repay for something that I didn't have to. I had It was so bad. Like when my study permit did come back, it came back again the same exact way with the same restrictions. Like, but I gave them all the required documents. So y'all, that have me so stressed. Honestly, this is the one thing when it comes to, I think moving to a country is documentation will have you going crazy. Like you don't know, like honestly, what people have to go through. Like if there's a mistake or there's something, like you can get shipped back to your country if there's an issue. Like honestly, this is scary. You have to make sure that things are up to par. Got to make sure that you do things on time because they can ship you back anytime when it comes to documentation. So that is that can be very, very stressful. Um, if you just allow it to consume your mind. Honestly, I was extremely stressed because what if that didn't get done? What would have happened? I would have spent maybe $9,000. Like that would have been an additional $9,000 plus whatever fees I would have. Like that would have been a hot mess. So I literally, like when she was like, cause I just need. And another thing is like trying to contact IRCC is like I don't know. It's like digging for gold. Like it's impossible. I literally had to go to the MP. Like it is impossible to contact them. So that's why I did not want to go Rainbow Bridge again. Trust me, I did not. Only because it was like no other option. And when I get there, when that immigration officer told me that, I just bawled down in tears. She was so sad. She felt so bad for me. She tried her best to help me. She literally was like sending emails out for me. She said, I feel so bad because you did everything and this happened to you. Like, she felt so bad. Yo, I was so. Y'all know what it's $9,000 like. I would have had to sit out a whole semester. Like, all I can say is God is good. What I have been through in this whole experience has like it really truly has been crazy. Um, so I say that to say this. Listen, if you feel like you don't have to worry about like first of all, check to see let's say if your country and all that is on the website, but let's say if your country is one of the countries that are exempted when it comes to receiving you having to get a medical. And if you are in the education field or nursing field or whatever healthcare field, honestly, you don't have to get it. You don't have to get the medical for everyone. Man, I really would advise at least listen. My experience, you don't have to go through what I have gone through, and then also too, I told y'all that I really I like I underestimated the time that it would have took. But I would say this. I would say number one, listen, just try to avoid it. Maybe just do it in your country, and just get it over with, so you don't have to deal with any type of documentations until you're ready to deal with your permanent residency. You know what I'm saying? Like just squash it. Or two, if you do want to go the route that I did, just the immigration officer, if I share the paper, it literally says he did write ASAP. And I think you're so busy. You just reached this country and you're doing so much and you're in Airbnb and you're trying to get an apartment and you're trying to do school and then you're trying to get if you have kids and you're trying to get like it's so much. So you don't want to deal with that and you got to find a physician and you got to do the, so just if you can, like I said, just do it at your home country, or just don't be like me and wait 3 months in advance. Do it immediately, literally, because they're probably going to tell you like do it immediately too. Like do it immediately. The minute you get into the Airbnb, start to find a physician and everything. Because honestly, I don't know how it is with everyone else, but for my personal experience when it comes to like dealing with documents inside of Canada, it wasn't. It really was. It was horrible. And like I said before, contacting IRCC is a nightmare. That's why a lot of people used to like they never just used to do flagpole for what to call it, just to get study permit sorted out, but also like to get any type of information because IRC really just thinks that they have all the information on the website and just don't call me. I don't want to hear y'all. I don't want to hear no complaints. Don't call us, please. That's literally how this thing works. when you are actually arrive in Canada. So that's just the truth. Listen, I am not no immigration advisor or anything. This is just my personal experience. Take it with a grain of salt, however you will like it. But this is just my experience, and then also like me just helping y'all, telling y'all my experience. So these are just some of the things that hey, you might gonna have to deal with, like in your home country, like you have everything. You have your passport. You don't have to deal with these things. What do you mean? Like you do not have to deal with making sure these documentation. Like your passport can be expired for 10 years and you would not care. Okay, it would, unless you obviously until it's time to worry about that, then you worry about that. But you got to deal with that. So that's the difference, with documentation is crazy. You got to be on it, and you can if you're not on it, you're gonna cost yourself a lot of money, and you can cost yourself being shipped out of this country. So that's all I want to have to say is that basically it is canceled. It is no more. Okay. So that's all I have to say for this video. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Okay. Bye.